continue now with breaking news coverage of the wildfires in Hawaii. At least 36 people are dead as those fires tore through the historic town of Lahaina.
And as we're learning more right now, here is what we know about the wildfires in Maui so far. There are currently 3 large fires that are actively burning on Maui, and right now, a couple of them are out of control. More than 2,100 people are being housed at Maui County's 4 emergency shelters. The American Red Cross of Hawaii has put out an urgent call for volunteers. Yeah, meanwhile, 4,000 tourists were evacuated from Maui to the other island nearby, Oahu. Tens of thousands of folks right now are without power, and flights into Maui right now from the mainland have been canceled. So check with your airline if you are departing today. As we mentioned, there is an urgent call for volunteers from the American Red Cross of Hawaii, and we now know that some help is on the way from Sacramento. Let's get right to KCRA3's Teo Torres, live at the Sacramento International Airport with more on the emergency assistance that is heading to the island. Teo.
Yeah, good morning to both of you. Behind me is the Hawaiian Airlines counter, and it is pretty busy right now. They have a couple morning flights that leave here at Sacramento International. A Southwest flight left at 7:35 on time. This flight for Hawaiian Airlines departs at 9:35. It is on time right now. A lot of folks that were traveling were telling us that they were worried their flight may be canceled, but they did get out on time and okay. Now back to the volunteers, desperately needed. People have lost literally everything, thousands of people. Joining me now is Michael Gorey, and he is a volunteer for Red Cross. You've been with them for a few years now. You're out of Folsom. You've handled situations like this in a number of places across the country, wildfires here in Northern California as well. What are folks dealing with when they've literally lost everything and you're the only link to hope?
Well, they have lost everything. They're completely devastated. They have no personal effects, no pictures, sometimes no pets. They've lost all their livelihood, their retirements. Everything is gone. It's leveled. It's much like Paradise Fire, Grizzly Flats, where it was just completely devastated down to nothing. So it's a very emotional and physically demanding job. You have to take care of yourself when you're helping these people because you're their only compassionate link they have right now.
Now, you are headed to the evacuation shelter in Oahu. A number of people from Maui have been transported there. From there, what will your job be? Where could you actually end up, or do you know?
Right now, I don't know. I'm actually going to be going to the Red Cross office in Honolulu when I get there, and I'm working as a shelter supervisor, so I will have a team that I'll be supervising in a shelter somewhere. Whether or not I go to Maui or the Big Island, I'm not sure. They have a large shelter set up for those evacuees from Maui that are trying to get home at the convention center. And so it's possible I could be there as well.
Very good. Is there a difference between when the Red Cross responds to, say, devastation of a hurricane versus devastation of a wildfire? Is there a way to distinguish that in your personal experience?
No, they're all different. I mean, you never know what you're up against when you get there. When the boots hit the ground, you could be doing anything and everything. So each incident that I've been on, they're completely different.
Very good. All right. Hey, thank you so much for your time. And, you know, we need volunteers like you, you know, all too often these days, it seems. So good luck to you. And I know you'll be helping a lot of people that desperately need it. Thank you so much, Michael. Again, we're here live at Sacramento International in front of the Hawaiian Airlines counter. We do have quite a bit of activity here. We even have some tourists that are heading out as well to different islands. But again, there are wildfires also on the Big Island, not just Maui. So they are dealing with a lot, and volunteers like Michael really make a huge, huge difference, guys. Back to you.
Yeah, they do. All right, Teo Torres, thank you so much for that live report.
And reaction to the fire has been pouring in from lawmakers, including President Biden, who tweeted, quote, "Jill and I send our deepest condolences to the families who lost loved ones in the wildfires in Maui. Our prayers are with those whose homes, businesses, and communities are destroyed." He sent a second tweet saying he's ordered all available federal assets on the islands to help with response. Hawaii native former President Barack Obama also tweeting his support, saying, quote, "It's tough to see some of the images coming out of Hawaii, a place that's so special to so many of us. Michelle and I are thinking of everyone who's lost a loved one or whose life has been turned upside down. He also shared a link to the Maui Strong fundraiser through the Hawaii Community Foundation, which has raised more than $1 million already.